It was a long drawn out, deep-seated, well-established schema to unseat Honorable Sheikh Hasina from power under cloak and dagger in disguise of the anti-quota movement by peoples during July-August 2024 in Bangladesh. These I saw. These are the assertions from my field experience, from my reading international newspapers, international news medias. The anti-quota movement was purely a pretext by the Western superpower America and their cronies from the very beginning. It is in fact a well-prepared, well-planned, Linux-eyed, well-ordered, high-oct, billions of US dollar blueprint by Uncle Sam's dreaded spy agency conjoined with forces like Professor Yunus, like a close ally of America, Zamati BNP, Pakistan's vile spy agency ISI, some extreme right-wingers, violent Islamists, killing ranks like ISI, Hizbut Tahrir, the Ansarullah Bangla team, Hafazut Islam, Khilafat Islam, their full Jamati Shibir thrones Bangladesh army chief and his loyalist cronies at which led Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina government to step down from power in Bangladesh, but illegally, unlawfully, and unconstitutionally on 5 August 2024. Actually, in fact, he's still our Prime Minister.
नमस्कार दोस्तों और जय हिंद। आप सभी को स्वागत है इन माय चैनल 1971 वॉर बुक सीरीज। तो दोस्तों, इन द सेकंड पॉडकास्ट वीडियो सीरीज ऑफ टुडे विथ मुक्ति योद्धा फ्रीडम फाइटर मिस्टर अनवर आलम खान, he will be talking about the rest of his experiences in the last phase of the war, including the present situation of Bangladesh that he is witnessing right from the heart of the country in Dhaka city itself. Being a valiant son of the town of Kishoreganj in Bangladesh, a very emotional man and an extremely rock-hard freedom fighter who was also wounded in battle in his fight against the Pakistani forces, let's welcome Mr. Anwar Alam Khan for the rest of our program with him today. Will you talk a bit about the end part of the operations in Kishoreganj as the Indian army entered the war? Could you talk a bit about that, sir?
You see, there was operations at Siddheshwari Kalibari area, then Botrish also. We operated against the Pakistan army and Zamati al-Badrs and Razakars. Then also we launched operations at Kalia Chapra, then we also Nilganj area, then also Tarail area. Everywhere there were heavy fighting, and from our side, two guys were murdered, were shot to death. One was Babul Sarkar. He belonged to your community. He was very poor family. He came from a very poor family from Maria, from Kishoreganj to 5 kilometers away. He was so poor, but he was so courageous, bold, only 12 years old. We could not stop him. So there was a skirmishes with Pakistan army at Manipur Ghat.
Okay.
Every day I found that morning, the daytime, I used to walk those paths, taking risk, and sometimes also taking camouflage. I found that every time Pakistan army and Al-Badr, they are taking so many people on the Manipur bridge, and they shot and kicked them to the river, Narshunda river. I reported to my commander and also Habildar Akhtar Hussain Kaku, and we decided we shall make an operation from here. So 2-3 days we prepared, we all took all arms and ammunition. I also used the submachine guns. Babul also was with me. So we all 27 people went there, crossing a long way, the other way around. We reached there. There was a cremation ground nearby by the Manipur bridge. So we entered the cremation ground. There is a heavy, deep jungle. deep jungle. We were waiting. When when did they arrive? Suddenly we found that just after the dusk, they they brought so many people brutally wounded. They will shot them and kick them to the Narshunda river. So we were waiting. Then we saw there was no just after dusk. Then we started sudden operation. They could not understand sudden operation. Then you see about I think as far as my knowledge goes, three Pakistani soldiers were shot to death, and then they became very mad. They immediately sent, used walkie-talkie, and heavy contingent of Pakistan army came, and they were started heavy shelling. Then I received a bullet in, on my left leg,
Okay.
below, just below my knee. If
Okay.
the bullet hit was on my ankle, then there was no need to leave me. Then there I have to die. But Babul Sarkar, he was shot to death there. We could not save him. We could not save him, and then we were running, taking his dead body to his village home, Maria. Then we took tremendous pain, and then we reached their house. We found that it's a tin shed. No, it's a son. How should I say? It's a son. This is no shop at all. This is like a এটা কি বলবো, আমি তো এটা বলতে পারতেছি না। এটা মাটিরও ঘর না, কিচ্ছু না। এটা বস্তি, লাইক বস্তি। হ্যাঁ, বস্তির মধ্যে একটা ঘর, ওইখানে গেলাম। ওখানে গিয়ে যাওয়ার পরে সে বাবুলের মা, his mother came out from our house, and we sat on the on the ground, মাটির উপর, on the earth. We sat, we were crying. I was crying also, and we lost his son. We could not say some from other side of his building. We kept that dead body. We did not disclose that Babul died. So my blood was
It must be
flowing.
very heartbroken. I mean,
Yes,
heartbreaking.
yes. My blood was flowing down, and I thought, what shall I do? There were two doctors, very known to us. One doctor he was a homeopathy doctor, Dr. Shirajul Islam. His house was not very from my Kishoreganj house to Shirajul house, about 7-8 minutes walking distance. So he was a homeopathy doctor, but at the same time he did also allopathy allopathy treatment. So I thought that I should send a letter. During that time, you see, we people also use cycles. And Shiraz Kaku, I call him Shiraz Kaku. Shiraz Kaku also used cycles because he used to give services to the village people. So I wrote a wood pencil, use a wood pencil. Somehow I found out a wood pencil. I wrote a letter, Dear Kaku. In Bangla I লিখলাম, কাকু,
Right.
ডিয়ার কাকু, আমি আমার পরিচয়টা দিলাম। উনি কিন্তু আমাদের হি ওয়াজ আওয়ার ফ্যামিলি ফিজিশিয়ান। আমার এরকম বাম পায়ে গুলি লাগছে, আমি মারিয়া এরকম আছি, এই লোক দিয়ে আই এম সেন্ডিং দিস গাই বাই সাইকেল। আর আপনার তো যদি সম্ভব হয়, ইউ কাম টু মি, সেভ মি। কারণ হি ডিড নট মেক এনি ডিলে, হি ইমিডিয়েটলি went there, and it did not took much time. 5 or 6 kilometers he used cycle, and then he took all the medicines and everything hard from that guy about my injury. So he took all the medicines. He saw me whole night. He passed with me. He then asked me, Baba, look, Baba, I have done my best, but the rest of the things you need better, allopathic treatment. So what shall I do now? I thought that there may be gangrene. So Kaku
Because
took,
if you go to the hospital, I think they'll capture you.
no. There was no scope. Hospital was occupied by Pakistan Army. There was a big hospital in Kishoreganj. So I thought that I go, I take pain, I took pain, and I thought that I should go to our village home. And nearby our village home, there was a doctor. There was a Zamidar. He came from a Zamidar family. His name is Somarendra Roy Chaudhuri. He was a very famous doctor in that area. He was a Jamindar. So you see, he gave free treatment. Told people, every people of this villages in and around those villages were his most favorite doctor. They loved him, respect him, and he gave free treatment. I thought he knows my father, my grandfather, and everybody. So I thought that I should go to Somarendra Kaku. I call him Somarendra Kaku. I went to his house. Uh, 2, 3 freedom fighters helped me to go there, taking the cattle cart. Then we reached after 2 days at his house. He saw me, and when I disclosed my father's name, my grandfather's name, he took extra care. He put me inside his house. He gave me food. He gave me medicine. I passed about 7, 8 days under his care. So he took special care. He was like a doctor, like your Dr. Bidhan Chandra Sen. He could speak. He could tell you the disease once he touched the vein, your vein, like that. But my sorrow, pain will remain unto my death. After that, I already I think 95% I was cured, and 5% remains. He gave me some medicines also free of cost. Where shall I get money? I didn't. He will not take money. He's such a humanitarian guy. He believes in humanity, like me. I also do not. I also do not believe in religion first. I consider religion second. You are a human being. I am a human being. Then you do your religion. I do my religion according my own way. Somarendra Kakuke we could not save. I left there. Then again I started operation. I joined my team and I started operation in the Pakistan Army. After 15, 20 days. After 15, 20 days, I heard that Somarendra Kaku was shot to death by Pakistan Army and brutal Jamaat Islami Army. They got the news. Certain quarters gave this news that I was treated there. A freedom fighter was treated there. Who was there? They do not know. But one evening, they went there and they brutally killed him. Among my paternal, কি বলো, my paternal, কি বলবো, my father's চাচি,
Okay.
মানে
Father
my
auntie, I guess.
father's auntie. She was crying. She was childless lady. Yeah, old lady. She was also then 80 years old. She used to pray 5 times. Pray for Bangabandhu. He used to call Bangabandhu Mujib Bhai. Mujib Bhai, like his son. He always used to say Mujib Bhai. আর সবরেন্দ্র কাকুর জন্য তার যে কান্না, she was crying like anything. কে আমাদের দেখবে এই গ্রামের মধ্যে, কে মানুষগুলো, এই শয়তানের বাচ্চারা কে? I curse be upon those hellish creatures. আমিও তাদেরকে খুঁজে বের করতে পারলাম না। আমি অনেক চেষ্টা করলাম আমার টিমকে নিয়ে, তারা সামান্য কাকুকে মারলো। এরকম একটা হিউম্যান সেন্টার্ড ফিগারকে এইভাবে মারলো ব্রুটালি। আমি এটাকে কোনোদিন ভুলবো না। আমার দুঃখ যে উনি হয়তো বিকজ অফ মাই লাইফ সেভিং he was to be murdered. He was murdered. So I cannot feel that pain unto my death. I carry this legacy with my death. I remember his face, his loving face, sweet face, handsome face. It took extra care for me. Because of my presence there, he was brutally murdered. And the entire village people cried for him, wept for him. My relatives were those who were at village. They wait for him, but nothing will happen. What shall I do? Then you can ask me any other question.
It is such a tragedy. I mean, one after the other, just for the liberation of the country. One
Yes, you
after the
see.
other. It's very heartbreaking,
Yes,
sir.
yes. Those were the very horrific days. Those who do not see the 1971 liberation war, they will not understand how come Bangladesh came into being. Nobody can fathom. You see, Bangabandhu Sheikh Mujibur Rahman, he united the entire nation on a solitary platform. It is magic. You see, the war was fought in the name of Bangabandhu Sheikh Mujibur Rahman.
Yeah.
We pronounce slogan Joy Bangla, Joy Bangabandhu, Joy Bangla, Joy Bangabandhu. Then in the name of Ziaur Rahman, all Bengali soldiers pronounce Joy Bangla, Joy Bangabandhu. Say Ziaur Rahman, when he usurped power, he raised all those things. He released all those collaborators from the jail. We could not punish them. Hasina hanged six war criminals, but most of the war criminals, they were waiting for hanging, are still in the jails. I think they will soon be released from the jail because of the present political situation.
Right, sir. I hope Bangladesh gets back to what it was, not to what it is becoming.
No, you see, the situation is quite different. The Western power is backing the main, the cardinal power is from the Western powers for Dr. Yunus. He has that much of support from those guys, those rock guys, I should say. I wrote, yeah, in my short CBA, you'd find that I visited 76 countries. So I did also my MBA in marketing from USA. I visited also because of business. Since I've been working with business firms, I visited 27 times. But more than 2.5 years, they did not give me any visa. I wrote so many against hundreds of, I think more than 2,000 articles I wrote against Uncle Sam, CIA, deep state. So that they do not give me visa. So
I
last month,
understand, sir. And what they are doing is completely against both of our countries, both against India and against Bangladesh.
India again, because you see, in 1971, with your mighty support in Russia, we gave them a crushing defeat. India, the axis of India, America, and China. This trio, we gave them a crushing defeat. Now they are taking revenge on us. They do not they did not forget it. When the so-called quota movement started, I went to the field. I told so many of my friends, both at home and abroad, that it was not a quota movement. It was a regime change movement initiated by CIA America, IRI. There is another institution, IRI, and Pakistani ISI.
Right.
Somebody believed, somebody did not believe. Some freedom fighters also regularly came to our office. Sometimes we get time, we discuss. But now the time is quite different. You see, Bangabandhu's house, he was the father of the nation. 8th August. 8th August, I went to visit Bangabandhu house. I was crying there, I was weeping. The Bangabandhu Museum. Now it is Bangabandhu Museum. It was the liberators, the glorious, all directions, all,
I
the
have been
road.
to that house in 2022. It was such a beautiful museum.
Yes,
Now it's
such
just
a beautiful
completely
museum. Yes.
destroyed. Like
Mm.
nothing is
You
there.
see, he was like a sky-touching figure across the world during his time and till today. there would be no leader like him. হ্যাঁ, আমি তো তখন 8 অগস্টে গেলাম, আমি যখন জানলাম 6th or 7th অফিস খোলা, 6th or 7th জানলাম যে বাড়িটা পুড়িয়ে দেওয়া হয়েছে সবকিছু, আমি তখন 8th অগস্টে গেলাম only to see for myself. আমি তো দেখে আমার চোখের পানি, আমি মানে I was weeping. আমি তো মানে first stair, the second stair, second floor, I entered. There was still, uh, কি বলবো, the smoke, fire smoke was coming. I could not stay. Then I went up the second floor, that is 3 তলায় উঠলাম, সেখানে একটু ঘুরলাম, তারপরে দেখে নিচে বের হয়ে আসে কয়েকটা ছবি, তারপরে আমি একটা পোস্টও দিয়েছিলাম। তারপরে দেখো বাবা, 15th August, Bangabandhu's brutal murder day, we observe it as a murder, as a holiday. We pay our respect. Every year I go there. This time you say suddenly Yunus government they scrapped this holiday. But since the holiday was scrapped, our office was open. I did not take any leave. This year I took leave on that day. I must go to Bangabandhu Bhavan, Bangabandhu Museum to pay my deep respect. I took special leave from our managing director. He asked me, "Oh, office is open. Why did you? What is your problem?" Yes, I have some personal issue. So in fact, I went there 8 o'clock, and I found, you say, army, 7 army convoys full of armies, officers, and they were beating like anything in front of them. They were smiling. Army was also involved. Wakaruজ্জামান himself was also involved. Many senior, junior army officers were involved about the throwing up of Sheikh Hasina government. Because I see, I made a big mistake. I took my mobile set inside my pocket. Many people were caught there. They went there to pay their respect. They take their mobile. If they found anything, immediately they start beating. And maybe some people, I saw many people were beating. I several people asked me, "Where are you going?" No, I am not going to. I was loitering here and there inside the Bangabandhu Museum on 15th August, last 15th August. Suddenly I found 7 convoys. I thought that I should, in front of them, those people were beating like anything. They will die. They would die. I went to one convoy and I asked some people, some army men, "Can I speak to, excuse me, can I speak to a few words?" Well, no. আমাদের সাথে না, ওই যে there are our officers are there. We went there. I went 3 convoys, maybe major rank officers there. They were on duty. They were there to maintain law and order. In front of them, I found so many people were beating, and I said, I asked the officers, "Look, gentlemen, I also disclose my identity. I do not do politics, but I was a frontline freedom fighter. Bangabandhu is our father of the nation. But I was also looking, if any other people see me, if they see me, we are talking in a very low voice. If they hear, then they will hit me." So I told them, "You see, in front of you, these people are beating and you are smiling. You are sitting idle. Please take certain action. Save these people." তারপরে সে বাংলাতে বললো, যে জায়গায় গেলাম, বাংলাতে আমাকে বললো যে দেখতেছি, we are looking into it, but they did not look into it. So I was disheartened. I was disheartened and dismayed, and I returned to our house. And the whole day I could not pass well. I made so many phone calls to my friends, freedom fighter friends, also general friends, also relatives. Even I passed the whole day very badly, very painfully. I cannot say like that. Then 20th September, there was a big gathering at Central Shahid Minar. Your community hold a protest meeting. I went there. I went there to show my solidarity. To show their solidarity, I disclose my identity. Then they allow me to stay with them. I finished their protest meeting, and then I asked my driver, I was given an official car. So I asked my driver, Ujjal, his name is Ujjal. I asked Ujjal, I shall go to Dhanmondi 32. I want to see that place now. Then I went to there and I found that it is now not any barricade. I went there and the building was, damaged like anything. Bangabandhu's Shobi, the picture was not found well. Everything was damaged. Still then I went there, I pay my respect, salute. I and Ujjal took several, pictures in front of Bangabandhu's, the, the the statue where it was totally damaged. Amar,
I mean, I've seen even statues of Mukti Jothas being brought down, being
yes,
destroyed.
he was our father of the nation.
Yeah.
He was in jail for 24 years, struggling to liberate Bangladesh. 7th March speech. If you still hear on YouTube, you will be surprised. You will be like jumping. You will be spirited like anything. If I pronounce Joy Bangla, Joy Bangabandhu slogan, there was a mighty power grow inside me.
It
আর
does.
আজকে
I've
আমাদের
listened to that
আমাদের
speech a lot of times.
yes, you see, 3 million of our people were brutally murdered. 300,000 of our mothers and sisters were raped. 1 million people, 10 million people you gave shelter. 3 million, 30 million of our people were displaced by those hellish creatures. So can we pardon them? Can we mercy them? Never, never, ever. If I die, I shall die. I told them, one day, you see, I wrote an article, truthful article, narratives, which was published in Sri Lanka Guardian. Suddenly, I was very emotional. I posted this article, evening time, 5 o'clock in the morning. I wake up in the morning. I just press what are the messages. Sometimes somebody calls me, somebody sends messages. So I found 72 threats were given to me.
Okay.
So every day I am receiving, threats. Every day. But I am not writing. Bangladesh News will also not publish this, these articles. I write those articles in the foreign newspapers they publish, and I use Messenger or WhatsApp. I send my close friends inside Bangladesh and outside Bangladesh. There's so many freedom fighters friends, non-freedom fighters friends, relatives also. They read and they always caution me. They give me alert notice. Please do not comment. Please make you stop for a short while. But sometimes I cannot desist myself. If I see something like that, there is a news like that, I cannot. I may comment. If you visit my Facebook, you'll find very straight cut. I write very very straight, but truthful, not misleading, not untruthful. I do not say. I do not speak lies. Totally, I am an idealistic person from hand to mouth, from my toe to my head. And during this time, I am also very disturbed because of this situation. Because of this situation, I am very much disturbed. My sleep also has. I could not sleep well, even taking medicine, sleeping tablet. I could not sleep well. After war, my life after war, I told you, I entered into service. 50 years I am going to complete 6th February 2025. Not very far. 50 years complete. So present situation, I think I have given you a little idea. Now I can say a few words about the present situation. A few words.
Yeah, please do.
Yes.
I mean,
Yes.
as far as you wish.
Yes. About the present situation in Bangladesh, I say any crime that is not committed by the mafia is done by the CIA. It was a long drawn out, deep-seated, well-established schema to unseat Honorable Sheikh Hasina from power under cloak and dagger in disguise of the anti-quota movement by peoples during July, August 2024 in Bangladesh. These I saw. These are the assertions from my field experience, from my reading international newspapers, international news medias. The anti-quota movement was purely a pretext by the Western superpower America and their cronies from the very beginning. It is in fact a well prepared, well planned, Linux-eyed, well ordered, high oct billions of US dollar blueprint by Uncle Sam's dreaded spy agency conjoined with forces like Professor Yunus, like a close ally of America, Zamati BNP, Pakistan's vile spy agency ISI, some extreme right wingers, violent Islamists killing ranks like ISI, Hizbut Tahrir, the Ansarullah Bangla team, Hafazat Islam, Khilafat Islam, their full Jamati Shibir thronged Bangladesh army chief and his lawyerish cronies at which led Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina government to step down from power in Bangladesh, but illegally, unlawfully, and unconstitutionally on 5 August 2024. Actually, in fact, he is still our Prime Minister. Sheikh Hasina is still our Prime Minister. Yes, according to the Constitution, she did not resign. Sheikh Hasina took Bangladesh's development in almost all sectors, and the landscape of modernized country has stood very close to the level of any Western nation. I told you earlier. But all stunningly mega developed projects constructed by her government were heavily damaged by some planted hooligans belong to those extreme right-wist profane Islamist parties in guise of anti-discrimination movement of peoples during July, August 2024 and afterwards to wipe out Sheikh Hasina's glorified authority standing from Bangladesh's history. The jail houses were full of Awami League leaders and workers and pro-Bangladesh liberation people, and more are pouring in every day basis, whereas the criminals and direful convicted criminals belonging to anti-Bangladesh liberation people were mostly set free from the jails without due legal processes. And more such people are coming out from the jails on a daily basis. You see, look at their audacity, look at their temerity. The 1971 is the foundation of Bangladesh. No compromise, according to me, no compromise with our liberation war in 1971. Our Independence Day, Victory Day, our National Day, our Martyr Day, our Father of the Nation, Bangabandhu Sheikh Mujibur Rahman, our glorified national anthem, our glorious national flag, secularism, Joy Bangla, Joy Bangabandhu, under any circumstances. But these anti-liberation forces did not have any allegiance to these core spirits of Bangladesh. They are living in Bangladesh, enjoying all government facilities. So they are enemies of Bangladesh, enemies of humanity. The Yunus-led interim government is besieged by the anti-Bangladesh liberation forces. Almost all his advisors came from the families of virulent, tiger-happy oppressors of Bangladesh's birth in 1971. Then I must pronounce that the student leaders anti-quota terrorist movement have also come from the same background. Because of the high prices in the international market, the prices of daily essential commodities were also high during Sheikh Hasina's rule in Bangladesh. But Sheikh Hasina tried her best to give some relief to the people. But she was ceaselessly condemned in the most abrasive language by those anti-liberation forces and their cronies. But under Yunus's government, the prices have shot up capitally, which are hitting people of all walks of life, especially the poor classes of people. People are also fuming and expressing their discontent against the Yunus-led interim government. The jungle rule and jungle justice are still going on in Bangladesh under Yunus's interim government. Yunus has been confined on all sides, commanded and dictated by CIA, IRI, ISI, ISIS, and those extreme right-winger fundis. That human Bangladesh has now been occupied by so-called right-winger Islamist murdering squads, as mentioned in the aforesaid paragraphs. Deadly, to me, those are deadly, horrifying. In 1971, we gave them a crushing defeat because of their Brobdingnagian war crimes in the occupied land of Bangladesh by the brutal Pakistan armies and their dreaded local bodies. It is clear that they are now taking revenge on us in Bangladesh. After 5 August 2024, Bangladesh has been intensely saddened mother, a saddened mother now. But those responsible for tearing apart, junking from Bangladesh, scraping off Bangladesh's most esteemed historical figures, glorified days, belting down all people, welfare-oriented, develop epic projects, our glorious history of living in peace and harmony with people of all religions, to live together in peace, shall be brought to justice sooner or later. This is my wish.
There will be.
Eventually, all these dreaded defeated forces will once again be defeated eternally by us in the sacred land of Bangladesh. The sun will rise up and brighten us again in Bangladesh.
I
Those
hope so.
people are also imbecile that they destroy. That I have already spoken. I think I think I have almost completed, and in my concluding concluding stage,
It's been
I
an
will.
extremely immense honor talking to you, sir. Like such a spirited person, even now, even after seeing so much. Yeah, and
Yes,
hats off to you, sir.
yes, you see, all my, brothers and sisters, they are also highly educated. They are all settled in abroad. My eldest sister, he was senior to me by 7 years. He died about 12 12 years back in Vienna. He used to call me regularly. He advised me. You saw Bangladesh in 1968. You fought a front line in 1971, and you got Bangladesh. Now leave Bangladesh. You come to us. We live together. But I said, I love this country. I fought for this country. I got you know bullet rounded my left leg. So many things. Samarando Kaku, he was brutally murdered because of me. So all this, considering all these things, if I die, I shall die in Bangladesh. I shall not leave Bangladesh under any circumstances. But I can go and see you, visit you, as I do regularly in different places of the world. Finally, our death will never be end to India, your people, your common people, your soldiers, Mataji Indira Gandhi, her cabinet. I recall those figures, those people, with all my respect, with my highest respects. Joy Bangla, Joy India, Joy Hind, long live Bangladesh and India friendship.
It will, sir. It will.
If I देखो, if I recall those days, my eyes well up momently. As I told you, those who do not see 1971, they will not be able to understand what is Bangladesh, how Bangladesh came into being. That is my, feeling. I always say like this. Sometimes I also pick up quarrels in our office. This is the young generation. They ask me, sir, did all this thing happen the way that you speak? Look, don't you understand me? From from my foot to head, do you find any fault in my body figure? Well, no, sir. Then why don't you believe? Why don't you believe? I am telling you the truth. You understand? You try to learn. There are so many books written on our liberation war, on Bangabandhu, on Bangabandhu's liberation struggle. You read them. Why don't you read? You read. My article you read. I also give you somebody. They read, they do not even make any comment also. How shall I do? How shall I make you understand? Why don't you read? Why don't you ask me questions? But not in office time, outside the office, because there is a ban also. Inside office you cannot discuss in any political matters, because they are purely businessmen. Some, you see, some guys suddenly saw in my Facebook wall there was our group's name. There was, suddenly that guy made a comment. Oh, MNJ group. Then your owners are funding fascist Awami League government. I thought that they are not doing at all politics. They're purely businessmen. I wrote this sentence and immediately I asked one of my junior colleagues, you erase this thing, you write like this, business house, reputed business house, and immediately I blocked his Facebook wall. But some Facebook wall, you see, some people make bad comments like anything. You see, they are like my grandchildren. মানে এত বিশ্রী ভাষায় তারা মানে আমাকে গালি দেয়, আমি যে একটা কথা বলবো আবার দেখি এমবিডেড, তখন আমি এটা মানে ইয়েও করতে পারি না, আমি যে এটাকে ব্লক করে দিব সেটাও পারি না। আমাকে কালকেও আমাকে কয়েকজন আমাকে বলছে, না দোস্ত, যে মোনায়েম ভাই আছে, যে মোনায়েম সরকার, বঙ্গবন্ধুর এই ইয়ের পরে, এই ব্রুটাল বার্থের পর উনি কিন্তু 80 ইয়ার্স ওল্ড, শেখ হাসিনার প্রাইভেট আপনার অ্যাডভাইজার ছিলেন, উনি তো সরাসরি কথা বলতেন আমাদের সামনে, আমাকে অত্যন্ত স্নেহ করেন, ফোনও করেছেন, মানে 80 ইয়ার্স ওল্ড, উনি এত ভালো মানুষ, মতিয়া ছাত্র ইউনিয়ন করছেন। এই যে দেখেন মতিয়া চৌধুরীর উপর আপনি তো পাবলিশ করলেন আর্টিকেলটা, যেটা সত্য ঘটনাগুলো আমার পত্রিকা তো পাবলিশ করবে না, আমি সেই জন্য সেই আর্টিকেলটা লিখতে পারি না, আমি ওনাকে খুব কাছে থেকে দেখা, আমি ওনাকে চিনি, এত সৎ আদর্শবাদী মানুষ। আমি সেই আর্টিকেলটা আমি করলাম কি, তাও ওইটাকে মডিফাই করে, আপনি যে ভাষাটাই পেলেন এটা কিন্তু আসল ভাষা না, এটা কাটসাট করে সবকিছু লুকায় চুপায় তাও দিলাম। আপনার আমাদের দেশের একটা পত্রিকা শুধু পাবলিশ করলো, সেটা অনলাইন পোর্টাল, সেটা দিলাম। আর শ্রীলঙ্কা গার্ডিয়ানে আমি আমার রেগুলার আর্টিকেল পাবলিশ হয়, I sent the real Motia Chaudhuri. I wrote a letter. দেখলাম, I found out a link. 2017 I wrote an article on him, on her. That was a very beautiful article also. So Sri Lanka Guardian, I requested them. Again, I sent a reminder letter, but they did not also publish. I do not know. Even Oditi Lahiri, International Affairs Bureau in Delhi, she published so many articles. So many of my articles regarding our liberation war, Indira Gandhi. I sent you one link. You read that one. Indira Gandhi, I wrote an article. I sent you a few days back. You read that article. International Affairs Review. Oditi Bhaduri. I also spoke to her even. Oditi, please, you publish this article. It's a rare breed of woman, rare breed of politician. No scar. There was no scar on her body, on her character. So honest. I found out in 1996 he became first MP, member of parliament. He was using tempo, tempo, very small, diesel operated. It is not CNG like.
I do understand your angst, sir. I do.
He was so honest, so pure. He was pure in heart. Bangabandhu was pure in heart. He was our father. I salute him. I mean, in front, if even any anti-liberation force want to fire on my chest, I will not compromise with him or them. I will say, Bangabandhu is our father of the nation. Joy Bangla, Joy Bangabandhu. I shall never compromise. This is a few part of my life, of our struggle. It will take hours after hours if I say all these things.
Right.
If I say all these things, hours after hours I can say. I saw. Still I am an field level observer. I go holiday. You see, today is Saturday. Now I close. I shall go out. I shall take some food. I shall go out the field to see what is the situation, the field level. I shall go. I shall gather experience. Now the field level all occupied by the anti-liberation forces. All anti-liberation forces.
Unfortunately, yes.
So sad and so angry. I am all fuming like anything. Anyway, thank you, my son. Well, if you visit, if everything goes well, you will visit Bangladesh. You will stay in my house. You will be our special guest.
I will, sir. I will.
Uh,
Thank you again, and thank you, sir,
Thank you.
for your service in 1971.
Yes, thank you, and good luck. And good luck, my son.